Welcome to the dark and somewhat unfinished studio. My name is Matt Haynes, and I'm an audiobook narrator, and I am dedicated to acquainting myself with accents and voices. And we're going to have some fun today because we are going to go over what I have been picking up as the burned out safety speech voice on airlines. This is essentially where, if I'm to interpret it, and I think with some accuracy, where the attendant knows that nobody's listening and everybody else is not listening indeed, and it goes in a cyclical force where the attendant is not speaking very compellingly, although they're getting through it, and the people are listening less and less, and so they're speaking less compellingly, and blah, 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 blah. So, very simple principles, but I thought it'd be fun to deconstruct them. And if you are an attendant and think that I am full of it, let me know in the comments, but let's get specific with some of these things. Okay, so principle number one is being sure to get as many words out without using your mouth too strenuously as possible. So basically the laziest way to get the words out so that you can get it out and get it out quick. So if I'm using my enunciation, it would be to be or not to be. That is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Well, we can throw enunciation out. If there's an L that's causing my mouth to expand, we get rid of that. And it all comes out in sort of a slur of to be or not to be. This is a question, whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles and by supposing end them. Now, principle number two is the incomplete thought or the opening thought. So here's a little crude graph of the two types. So we've got number one right here, and that is where introducing a thought, and it's the beginning. So welcome aboard, passengers, to flight. So I introduce, I start up high, I go down low, 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 and then I raise, and I go into a monotone. Now, why do people speak like that? I've been piecing it together, and I think it's something like it's a lot easier to interpret that as being soothing. So maybe it's self-soothing when I'm saying it. So I am trying to be calm and be friendly and all that sort of thing, but I've completely checked out and my mind is on other things. So I go into almost a hum. So if we were to take Hamlet's speech again, to be or not to be, that is the question. All right. Now, next, we go into how to finish the thought. So actually, let's go to be or not to be, to be or not to be, and then we go into the next part. That is the question. That is the question. And we go into a monotone at the very end. Again, that's sort of that pseudo-soothing element. So now let's play with incomplete thoughts in longer form and how they wrap themselves up. So, to be or not to be, that is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble. Okay, we're going to take these principles, we're going to apply them to the lyrics of Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On.
Welcome aboard Titanic Airlines Flight 1912, a non-stop service to Oscar season. This flight is doomed from the start, but we ask that you direct your attention to the front of the plane for the following words of inspiration. Every night in my dreams I see you, I feel you, that is how I know you go on. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you kind of show you go on. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that my heart can go on. Once more you open the door, and we're here in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. Love can touch us one time, last for a lifetime, and never let go till we're gone. Love, both when I love you, one true time I'll hold to, my life will always go on. You're here and there's nothing I fear, and I know my heart will go on. We'll stay forever this way, you're safe in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. This concludes the foreshadowing feature in our flight. Please keep your seats upright as we prepare for the next set of pop entertainment tropes.
And that was My Heart Will Go On from Celine Dion. Music provided by Kevin MacLeod. Gives the stuff out royalty-free, public domain. Thank you so much, Kevin. If, again, you have any insights on the burned-out safety speech voice, please let us know in the comments. Get specific. The more specific, I think, the goofier we get. And thank you. I hope my voice and your ears meet again real soon. You know what? That wasn't quite enunciated enough. I was just getting that out, just to get it out. And I'm not even giving the safety speech. I hope that my voice and your ears meet again real soon.